Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the companion server, and as we can see, the brand new hero Zafriel is up. Don't know if they're going to bring the counterpart Lucy, but overall, getting some of the Celestials and the Hypos are incredibly difficult on the companion server, and there's a lot of things we want to run through in here, including we know Marcel is up, we know Laios is up. Both of these are up in their entirety, and it was a little bit different how you pick them up on the companion server because we actually got a couple. You get the free copies of them. Then you have the ability to actually summon additional copies, which is out of here, utilizing those dimensional spirits. Now, out of here, we've again got kind of some resources out of here. We're trying to build up Marcel. Normal summons, you cannot pull them from. Unfortunately, not going to have the ability to get them. And then the Stargazer is another place where you can get the dimensional spirits to build them up in the entirety. I want to run through the patch notes. Now, I know these patch notes are a couple days old, but overall, I haven't really hopped on the companion server. So we know Zafriel is up, which is the intelligence-based mage. Over on the classic server, he did work incredibly well from release. I feel like he's going to do the exact same over on companions. Again, we don't know if they're bringing the counterpart. Hero pool updated. Rain is in there. Now, Rain does bring the increased damage. That is an important hero to get up. Golden Frontier is up, which we're going to look at in just a minute. There are a lot of different things in here. Season lasts for 30 days, so it's very similar to a longer or an extended amount of the Abyssal Expedition. 4-day enrollment, then 28 days of the actual event, which again, we'll look at. Adventures will be divided randomly into 12 pirate leagues. There is a lot of things that they changed within this. And of course, remember, the Golden Frontier is what they are bringing to AFK Arena, bringing over to the classic version in the future. We already ran through beta season 1. Now we're into beta season 2. Each day is divided into a rally phase, the battle phase, calculation phase. Again, a lot of adjustments, a lot of improvements in there. New feature, Spirit Powers. Added Spirit Powers, Divine Envy, Bomber, Hunter, Siege Specialist, Steel, Barrier, Heavy Knight, Spy, and Fugitive. Again, it's kind of interesting. Every day, adventurers can spend Tide Shells to select and activate one of 3 Spirit Powers, which again, we'll look at in a minute because that is all part of the event that is going on. Open the Spirit Shop once you collected a certain number of Tide Shells. Via any channel, you can exchange them for a variety of rewards. New feature, Arms Mobilization. Again, this is part of the event. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Certain time of the day, each league can mobilize arms for their league. Vanguard War, again, at certain time, there's going to be a siege phase that is going on. You can send the 5 of their rally members with the highest combat rating to engage in a rotation battle. New improvements, you can see a lot of changes in here with activity points. Challenge Treasure Quest, where you can get treasure items by completing or purchasing them. Expanded the effectiveness of auto join feature now after the league. And again, this is just a crazy amount of stuff with the league. League member adjusted to 160. Now I believe this used to be 200, meaning all of these players cannot go ahead and build up the entire league. Made it a little bit too difficult. Honor Spotlight is there as well. And then it goes into Joyous Celebration, which we know is already then. And then Laios was adjusted a little bit to finish up the patch notes in there. So let's get in and see exactly what we're doing. Now, Joyous Celebration, this is speeding up the collab. This also does give us the ability to get some resources in here, including the Covenant Stargazer Scrolls, but you can see that there are only 4 of them in here, so it is a little bit nerfed. Now, looking at the event, Floral Gifts, this is another one that's up. We've done this in the entirety. Even looking at the heroes, not a huge utility. Crescio is pretty good. Silas is pretty good. Rosaline is pretty good. Not on the regular server, on the companion server. Heroes Return is done. Card draws are giving us every day. But let's get into here. So right now, you can see there are a lot of different things. There's a lot of different places. So going into the Golden Frontier. Now, I joined this yesterday. This is the intelligence brief. So I believe we are right here. So you can see all of the different leagues. You can also rename them. It shows, there we go. So League 2 has attacked a city. That is where we're moving into. So we can go ahead and play that. And now we are into the league. So we are in the very bottom of this. You can see I actually picked up an essence pool, which was right here. We're going to have to continue. Now, we get a lot of hero essence. We have 333,000 hero essence. There is nothing to do with hero essence. I wish this was experience. Now, the phosphorus gems are what give you an access to the Vault of Riches, which we'll go ahead and look at because this was completely revamped. You can see here, occupy the first city together, and it gives you some more resource zones. And then looking at this, these are the regular epic abilities. These are the mythic abilities, and there's a few different in here that you can go ahead and build this out. Every single day, they're also giving you additional rewards. Then there is trial treasures. You'll see occupy a total of 2 resources level 3 or higher. So not only are there expedition treasures, now there are trial treasures in here, which are going to give you during Vanguard War. Allied heroes gain 20% attack and defense. This is going to have to be really built up and have to be very, very effective in a lot of different game modes with where you're spending your resources. In addition, most of the resources or most of the Vault of Riches items you build, boom, they do have additional levels within them. And you'll see though, going down here, there's not as many, which I like. It seemed like we were kind of overrun with the expedition treasures. There was an absolute crazy amount of them. Seems like they've streamlined a lot of the event in the entirety. Ceremony is in progress. This is going to show us some of the 10 wins or really the top players in here. Unfortunately, we did get a chest out of there. There we go. So we do get some more resources, some chests out of there. Then you pick a card. I don't know if it makes a difference if you pick a bigger card like this. It'll let us choose 2. That is going to give us another 1,100 of those phosphorus. And then railing, you can see we have 23 teams. Let's go to Wolferton. We can go ahead. We declared war on this. We can rally our troops so we can actually drop both of our teams in here. They do cost shells. Now that is a difference. You can see right here with these shells, the limit will be reached in 14 days. If I go ahead and rally, it is going to burn 200 of my shells. So now I'm down to 600. You're going to have to make sure that you're getting and utilizing those shells on a very, very regular basis. And going in here, making sure you have your diamond nodes, but also making sure that you are leveling up the nodes themselves. Now you'll notice that they have to walk there. So you'll see right there, there is Sheltier. Sheltier is walking to the node. We do not have any other nodes. It looks like we're going for both of these. So unfortunately, the rest of the nodes we cannot pick up, but you'll see them ding the town, and then they'll go to the diamond lode, and they will go ahead and fight this one. Then we'll claim it. So we have 2 of 4 nodes right up here that are occupied. Like I said, there's none available because it is very, very early. Final result. So this shows us the battles themselves and also the personal rewards in here. Now this is awesome because they changed this a lot to get a lot more Stargazer scrolls. Also do have a lot more diamonds. And again, we don't know exactly what this final product is going to look like when it actually comes on the classic server to see this game mode itself. But again, it's going to be interesting to see. They also added the mobilization in the arms. You can see we do have bombs out here in using and really investing. You can see we can invest. It'll give us a lot more resources. League gear value, get this now. If I spend 700, get in 4 hours. I'm not going to do this. Every time another player successfully loots you, maximum of 72% of the loot will be returned to me. I'm not going to do this just because it is very, very early right now. But looking on here, it looks like you can kind of go, and I don't know if we can literally loot somebody else, which it looks like we can. Select the enemy and loot the arms. You've mobilized. Each time you do this, you spend a certain amount of stamina. Now we have 100 stamina right here. So let's look at some of these teams. So in here, let's go ahead and loot. Let's see what we get. I'm just kind of wondering, oh, it gives us some of the shells. So it does give us shells in here. So I'm wondering if, oh, it didn't do anything else here. It doesn't look like they're sleeping. That looks like a pretty tough team. I'm just kind of wondering who we have in here. Some of the very well-built heroes. And of course, you can go back to a bunch of different places and see. I wonder if we just kind of win. No, see, there's the defeat. So minus 20 in there. Beat the first team, did not win the second team. So stamina will come back sooner or later. I'm sure of it. But looking here we have some, we have some league in here. This is the expedition. So this is everybody. Be careful what you're dropping in there because that is going to be everybody in the entirety. As we continue, as we level up further, we will unlock a couple other places. Now, if you're really serious, you can buy power-ups in here, which I think is just complete asinine. But if you want to be super competitive, or if a guild is super competitive in there, you can actually go in there and you can buy the power-ups themselves, which again is kind of crazy. So looking at the spirit powers, this is one that I picked up today. Spirit power will expire in 17 hours. This is the damage bonus that we got. Spirit shop in here is another one unlocked after doing what? After getting 10,000 tide shells in the current season. So there are going to be some rewards in here, and you can see the shells we are going to use as a currency to purchase things. Then the battle report, you can see we have an occupation log, and then we do have the league mail. League mail overall is the same as the one we do have down here. So they have added a lot more stuff in here to really go. So no bonus in effect because I do not have the arms. So essentially people could attack us. Now let me see. Let me go back to where we are. Let's go to the home base. And I'm wondering if we have any other nodes. No, because we only have that one right there. We have this one right here. So again, there's no other nodes available until we take both of these, which are going to allow us to unlock a couple other places. Vault of Riches, I feel like we're total number of 2 attacks on a city. Now we could do this and break it up into 1 and 1, I believe, with the rally. Let me see, because I know right here we were doing the rally. Let's cancel this rally. And I'm wondering if we can rally this team, rally, and then let's go over here and we can do rally on the second team because they're idle. Now we're going to attack essentially more cities, being able to level up a little bit faster because we are rallying both of these attacks. So if we win both those attacks, it's going to make a big difference. Now in here as well, we can go ahead, we can increase the heroes in the formation for both of these. That is going to give us a lot more strength within looking at the team. So now they're both at 240. Again, leveling them up a little bit higher does make a big difference when it comes to the progression and how strong you are within your league to be able to attack and be able to take down some of these nodes. Now you can see right here, guys, it shows kind of what we have. So we're getting 300 a day. We're getting 500 a day of our shells. And then we are getting essence and we are getting diamonds. A lot of players do focus on diamonds. Now you can also note right here that the guild leader, so whoever's the leader for the league itself, has the ability to assign who they want to or where they want to attack. They can put notes, they can do a lot of different things in here, and that's kind of exactly what they're doing, is guiding a big expedition to go through the map. Because when we start really going out and looking at this map, guys, it is massive. It is a giant map within here, but it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty fun. Again, I know they were trying to cut down on a lot of the time consumption that it really took. We can even give it a thumbs up. We can say good job. So we are going to attack the main target. This is going to be the secondary target. And honestly, looking here, because they are rallying as well, you can look at the details of all the players that are coming over here to rally. We are rallying as well. So they have 46 right here. We are sitting on 24 and 10. We need a lot more people to join this rally. We need a lot more strength coming up this way, or they're going to go ahead and they are going to take this town in the entirety without having enough strength to actually push through there. Now, you also notice that a lot of players within the league, yep, they joined the group, left the group. You can actually go in here and just quit the league. So you can manage, you can actually exit the league, then you can join other leagues. So what happened last time was a lot of players were really focusing and really moving to some of these larger leagues before they were moving into other places. So you can see some of these are free to join. Some of these are completely maxed out in the entirety right there, 160 of 160, 152 of 160. So it looks like even League 12 right here, they are very, and this was Old Guildy, this was K1, but they're very looking at players that are playing. Will ally with League 7 to win the frame. We did win the frame last time. So there we go. So we are going to go. And you know what? Let me see where are we at. Let me see what this looks like because I want to exit the league. After you leave a league, you must wait 2 hours before joining another one. After you've left a league, you'll be unable to claim the hero spotlight. After you leave a league, you'll abandon all occupied resources and you'll be unable to claim AFK rewards for 2 days. They are really penalizing. So there are a lot, look at this, leagueless players. So players that have left a league or looking to join another place. Overall, again, the effectiveness, 32 seconds. You remember, it's a couple of hours. So even here, you know, one day that they haven't even been there or haven't logged back in to go ahead and play any of this a lot further. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.